Buenos dias, Nerf herders. It's Nerm here.
And the foam brewer.
And we're in the kitchen today cooking up something spicy for you.
In case you were wondering how to get the shell halves in half on your Hammershot, we're going to teach you how to do that today.
First, put your Hammershot in the oven. You want to put it on real low, like 150. That way it heats up the plastic just a little bit and things expand. The things you're going to need today are you're going to need a pair of tongs because we are going to be getting hot with the Hammershot.
You're also going to need a plate to put your freshly warmed Hammershot shell house on.
So, we've got a giant boiling pot. You just put some water in the boiling pot. I like to add a little bit of salt into the water. Makes the convection process happen a lot faster. Ooh, look at that.
Science.
Science. So, we got our tongs. We got our boiling pot. Ah, it's hot. Don't touch it. Don't touch it, kids. It's hot. We got our Hammershot, and we have our plate that put the Hammershot on after we pull it out of the boiling pot. Remember, kids, you could actually damage the boiling pot you're using, so don't use your parents' good boiling pot. My advice is go to a thrift store, pick up a boiling pot for like $3 or $4 that's big enough to fit Nerf blasters into. And a big thanks to our friend Paula who gave us this pot. It's excellent. Okay, kids, so now we've got the boiling pot, the water's getting real hot, and it's about time to drop this Hammershot.
Now, we're just trying to melt the plastic weld in between the two shell layers, so we want to make sure you have a rolling boil, and you're going to want to put it in for probably 5-10 minutes.
As hot as possible. As hot as humanly possible. Here, Jake. Remember, don't drop it in, because then you could splash boiling water on yourself, and that would be a no-no. Most people like to take the screws out first. The only problem with that is you might get a little warpage and the screws won't go back together. Now we're really cooking. Smells like progress. If you'd like to add a little bit of flavor into your Hammershot boil, you can always drop in the dart. That way, adds flavor. So, here's the Hammershot in the pot, cooking up real good.
Looks tasty. I think we're getting that solvent weld apart.
That solvent weld is definitely coming apart now.
Maybe just a few more minutes.
I say we leave it in for maybe 5. Now this is something most Nerfers won't be able to do, but Jake and I have the luxury of being able to do this. It helps the boiling process and will help the separation. All you gotta do is take a little bit of beard hair, go ahead and put it in with your Hammershot. Oh yeah, that's separating now. Good news, everyone. It's been 5 minutes. So, after 5 minutes in the boiling pot, we're going to go ahead and pull this out. I'm going to try and let a little bit of the water drain out of it.
Looking good. Now let's have a look-see. I'm pretty sure that we managed to get that solvent weld pretty well done. I think this needs a little garnish.
And there you go. You've got that solvent weld apart. And if it is a tricky one, we'll show you how to actually separate this just a little bit better. So sometimes, Nerf herders, you just can't get a job done in the workshop, and you can only do that job in the field. Wouldn't you agree, Jake?
Absolutely. This was a tough solvent weld, and I don't think we'll be able to get these two shell sections apart without using some tools.
A little bit of force is going to have to be put on. Now, in ancient times, here we go, history. The Mongols actually would, if they needed something taken apart, they would go ahead and tie it, usually a person, one arm or one leg to 2 horses and have the horses ride in opposite directions. This takes things apart really well. So what we're going to do is we've got our Hammershot tied up between lots of horses. I don't know how many horses, but it's a lot of horses. So we're going to go ahead and just take those horses and let them run in different directions. That should totally break this pesky solvent weld.
History.
History. So sure enough, that pesky solvent weld couldn't stand up to the Mongol Empire. So we actually got a little more that we have to do on this to get it fully apart. So I think we will go back to the workshop and we'll use the vise and probably the table grinder. That'll work. This is called the wishbone open. And we've got it open.
You know what? I think we got through that solvent weld too. And like that, you have gotten through the solvent weld and gotten your 2 pieces of your shell apart.
Thank gosh. Now we can paint it and put it back together. Hope it fires afterwards. So we're back here at the workshop. We're going to use the old trusty Dunlap bench grinder to go ahead and separate these pieces because they're just so darn tacky. Here we go.
So first of all, they need to make a little incision right. Nope, not quite. So, let's go ahead and make another little incision right out here. Almost. Boy, this thing just doesn't want to come apart. Incision maybe here. That's looking good, Blink. Oh, you got that pesky front part on. Don't need that anymore. Just hold it back, move it out of the way. We'll glue that back together. And, yep, there's one. Smoking! And boy, it's still really wanting to hold on there. I can't get this thing apart. Those solvent welds are a pain in the ass. Well, guess we'll try this. We're almost there. Looking good. I mean, looking good too. It's shooting good. Sorry, the phone is not shining behind the camera. Oh boy, that pesky solvent weld. Take a little off. Boy, these 2 pieces just don't want to come apart. Put a lot of torque on it.
So much torque that we might have to get out the old vise. Just open this up. Got too much crap in my workshop. There we go. Now she's starting to separate up. Putting a little bend in it. Don't worry, that'll come out.
Almost got this Hammershot. I think maybe we need to crank down the vise just a little bit more. Okay, now the vicing. As you can see, it's just got a little bit of tension on it. That should hold. We're going to pry this thing right in here. And we're going to go ahead and get that off. There. Oh, you almost got it. Just like that. There we go. And so it's separated. All right.
So, with minimal damage to the blaster, we've actually made it a nice separation on the shell, and you've got to be kidding. There we go. We got it completely in 2 spots. So, that is, in a word, how to get that solvent weld on. So, for the Northern Bay Area Coalition of Nerf, I'm Nerm,
I'm the foam brewer.
and this is how to properly break the solvent weld on your Hammershot and have fun painting.
Cheers, Nerf herders.
Buenas noches, Nerf riders. And please don't splash boiling water on your face.
Take 3. Mind your own business.
Jesus. That's not an FPJ. Stop throwing that dart.
It's all good.
Babe. Okay, you're ruining a shit ton of darts today.
Yeah.
You got one. Okay, you ruined like that one. That one's flat on the side now.